Hey, me and Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle. Hey, me and Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to Wheels of Fury. And today, we're finally going to talk about, oh my god!
Barely Legal 97.
EC fucking W. And yeah, my older brother was a fan, and it was another one of those underground shows that
Yeah.
came on late at some point in some channel, I guess. So I didn't watch it. I mean, I tried to, but I wasn't really allowed at that time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I obviously got to watch it later, and so I don't know a lot of the pay-per-views. So when I said we were going to do this one, and of course it took a very long time to get here, but yeah, it's very cool. I mean, we just finished watching a few reviews
Yeah.
and highlights, and this was a very good pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And for, this being their very first pay-per-view, of course it was in 97, but still, their first pay-per-view, it went pretty much without a hitch. Yeah, there were maybe a few hiccups along the way, but other than that, it went fairly well.
Oh yeah, and I think too, look at fucking Terry Funk,
Yeah.
a guy that has wrestled since the 70s or maybe more, and has still had it,
Oh, yeah.
you know. Just talking about it now, and he's gotta be 75 or 6 or whatever,
Something like that, yeah.
and who knows if he would still wrestle. But yeah, just one of those guys that was a very popular hardcore wrestler in ECW. I'm not sure. Well, obviously the infamous match with Jerry Lawler,
Yes.
but you know, besides that, he is still one of the most influential wrestlers in that category.
Yes.
I think. And I think being from Texas also helps.
Yeah. So, start off with a tag team match between Chris Chetty and JT Smith against the Both One of the Twins, Little Guido, Tracy Smothers. Now, of course, Little Guido would go on to become Nunzio in the WWE, and Chris Chetty, I know a little bit about him, but not a whole lot. JT Smith, a little bit here and there, but not very much. And Tracy Smothers, Well, he was in ECW as a full-blooded Italian, but then he also roughly in WCW as a member of the Young Pistols.
It was really cool to see Nunzio in WWE. Like, I always heard my older brother talk about Little Guido and Yoshihiro Tajiri and
Yeah.
all those other guys. So to see them transition and go over to WWE was very cool. This match was on a pre-show, and we didn't see the pre-show,
Right.
so I can't really say too much about it.
Yeah. Chris Chaney and JT Smith got the win in this match.
Right. So then we go on to the main show. We got the Eliminators versus the Dudleys. Devon and Bubba Ray. And
Against Perry Saturn and the late John Cronus.
yeah. Oh, that was a very good match. I mean, they pulled out all the stops.
Oh, yeah.
It was mostly one-sided, which is unfortunate when you look at how popular Devon and Bubba Ray were. I mean, you look at it this way, too. You have the whole Dudley clan. Big Dick Dudley, Spike Dudley, Sign Dudley, a bunch of others, you know.
Yeah.
And those two became very popular in ECW, WWE, and TNA.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Yes.
But in this match, it mostly was the Eliminators doing the job.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Dudleys who are your basic ground and pound sort of style, and then the Eliminators are the high flyers and doing stuff off the top rope, moonsaults and, you know, quantras and tope con hilos and other stuff like that. And to think, like, both those dudes are, like, 235, I'll say, roughly.
Oh yeah, I mean, we talk about big men who move like a luchador, and, you know, Bubba Ray is, well, was one of those people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool to see a guy that could pull that off. But, yeah, the Eliminators won, became the new tag team champions.
Yes.
And, you know, Perry Saturn would go on to WCW. Obviously, go on with the Radicals
Yes.
to WWE. Not as Radicals,
Yeah.
but, you know, Benoit, Guerrero, and Malenko. And John Cronus, unfortunately, passed away. Did not very much of a good career. Could have went to WWE, but didn't. Or WCW for that matter. But yeah, passed away way too young.
Yeah, in 2007 at the age of 38, so.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, watching the Eliminators or even John Cronus doing, like, maybe a singles match, he had all the tools. It just seemed like he wasn't getting a big enough push to end up on WWE or an independent promotion or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
Yeah, and I mean, that's too bad. But I mean, Perry Saturn obviously has his own issues right now, so.
yeah.
But then the Dudleys, we talked about the Dudleys, and they've recently went into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I think that Devon is doing backstage stuff
Yeah.
with WWE. Bubba Ray's doing Ring of Honor. I have no idea what's going on in Ring of Honor right now.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
So next we go to a singles match between Rob Van Dam
The whole fucking show.
and Storm. Now, apparently this is supposed to be Chris Candido against Lance Storm, but
Yeah.
Chris ended up tearing his bicep, and so Rob Van Dam was his alternate, you could say, and I mean, Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm had some amazing matches against each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Look at Lance Storm, and he's not really the hardcore wrestler
No.
or no holds barred wrestler, if you will. You look at Rob Van Dam, he's definitely there. you
Yeah.
know. It's kind of cool to see, and then a lot of people don't like Van Dam for a lot of reasons, probably, but here's a guy who was in ECW. He started in WCW as Robbie V. Then going to ECW, then going to WWE, becoming the sham WWE champion, along with the ECW title. And then going on with the TNA, becoming the TNA champion.
Yeah.
So the guy's had a stellar career.
Oh, absolutely.
What's interesting to me about Rob Van Dam around this time, obviously, he was a young man, still in his 20s.
Yeah.
The guy can do a high fly flow off the top rope
Yeah.
and land on the opponent and just get up and not feel a bloody thing. And now nowadays, I think starting a few years ago anyway, he's just kind of hurting himself.
Well, I think, like, in his ECW days, he would hit that 5-star frog splash and be like, oh yeah, I hit it, the match is over, 1, 2, 3, yada yada yada. But as time went on, probably in his WWE days, he was told, hey, sell a little bit. Yeah, you hit the 5-star frog splash, but grab your wrist, hold on to your wrist for like a second or two, and then go into the cover.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't really think Rob was doing it to be a dick by any means. It's just
Yeah.
he didn't really, I guess, understand the art of the sell, if you will.
Well, if you well, and that's the thing too. I mean, if it doesn't hurt, obviously, it was a different time,
Yeah.
a different company, and Vince likes it when people sell. I do too, to a certain extent, and I think.
Sell, but don't overdo it.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, for example, when I was little, I actually thought that Big Van Vader broke Yokozuna's leg.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure if that was legit or not,
Right.
looking back, but there it is. The same can be said for Rob Van Dam pulling off the 5-star. The guy can do it and be okay, but yeah, you have to sell
Yeah.
your injuries, and now that he's a lot older, it probably affects him more. So who knows if he actually sells or not.
Yeah.
It was still a fucking good match.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure, like, these two guys definitely were one of the best wrestlers of that time.
Yeah.
Hashtag bring back the Canadian Championship.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for sure.
And talk about like Rob Van Dam being in his early 20s at this point. I'm sure Lance Storm was probably 20s-ish himself at this point.
No, I think he actually just turned 30, but
Okay.
nonetheless, I mean, yeah, he was much older. And starting with Chris Jericho in
Yeah.
Mexico,
Yes.
going to Japan, going to Smoky Mountain, and then where else ever?
Yeah.
WCW, ECW, the WWE, but I think he just bitches on Twitter nowadays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Rob Van Dam won,
Yes.
so there it is.
And we've got a 6-man tag match with Grayson Rocky, Grant Canada, and Masuto Yakuza? What?
Yeah,
Whichever
I'm
that
not
is.
sure.
Against Taka Michinoku, Terry Boyd, and Dick Togo?
Yeah. Now, those guys came out in Blue World Order attire.
Yeah.
You have the ninja traditional gear, I guess, with the other team. This
Well-
was, what's that?
One of the guys coming out in like a green outfit.
Like the Green Ranger.
Reference. His outfit looks like a Power Ranger. And the
Yeah.
Green Ranger from Power Rangers and what have you.
You know what's cool about ECW is it was very much influenced by the Japanese strong style. And
Right.
the match starts with the ribbon, the ribbons coming into the ring.
Which is custom in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, that seems to be as well lately in Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah. I mean that's another, and that's why I always compare Ring of Honor to ECW. Like they're pretty much similar, and that's kind of what they do in the beginning of their match. So this was pretty cool. You had Taka Michinoku's team pose. One of the guys, which
Yeah,
all three posing, which I thought was pretty cool.
yeah,
You don't see that you don't see that ever anymore.
yeah.
The ladder team won.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not even gonna butcher the name, but yeah, the ladder team won the match. It was a good match.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, the Japanese wrestlers always pull them off, no matter where.
And the interesting thing about this one is you got Taka Michinoku, a member of one team, later on going on to WWE, being a member of Kaientai with Funaki.
Right?
Funaki-san.
But yeah, number one sports announcer.
SmackDown, #1 announcer.
Yes.
And now we go on to
Shane Douglas versus Pitbull 2.
for the ECW World Television title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was interesting because obviously Pitbull #1 got injured by Shane. So you
Well, there is some controversy to that because in a DVD I have, I believe it's the hardcore documentary, they ask Shane about that, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Gary came up to me, and he goes, I'm gonna take the DDT and I'm gonna take it on like the top of my head, and you know I'm gonna really sell it." And Shane's like, "No, dude, don't do that. You'll hurt yourself. Pancake flat on your stomach, and then we'll go from there." And I guess Gary Wolf was like, "No, it'll be okay." And well, apparently when the move happened, he ended up breaking Gary's neck, and there's talk about, oh, Shane broke Gary Wolf's neck, and Shane went, "I didn't break his neck. He broke his own neck by not listening to me and wanting to take a DDT not how you're supposed to." And well, he paid for it.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Jake Roberts and Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna DDT you on concrete. That's dangerous. You're gonna die. Well, no, do it to me anyway. I'll block it. Well, I ended up at the goose egg.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Shane Douglas won the match. He taunted Gary
Wolf.
and, who was in the audience.
Yeah.
We got Francine coming out with the Riot Squad. No, not that Riot Squad. And that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently there's this masked guy stalking Shane,
Oh, yeah.
and they're giving all these hints, kind of innuendos about it being Wreck Rude, and so they had a stipulation where if Shane won and retained the title, then the masked person would have to unmask. Well, it ended up being that this guy came out in a mask and
Rob.
Wreck Rude-esque robe. And then there was a member of the Riot Squad come in and, take off the helmet, and it was Rick Rude. And then the masked guy ended up being
Adam Lee.
Yes.
So, it's very cool. I mean, Rick Rude's not overrated by any means. But to see a guy that wrestled in all three major companies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was in WCW and WWF more, but
Yeah.
he wrestled in ECW, and I don't know why I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
But you know, there it is. It's pretty cool just to see that.
Yes.
So, yeah, you know, that was a good match for
Yeah.
sure.
And it's interesting how you look at Shane in that match, and he's got kind of the long-ish hair, baby face, all this other, like, fairly well put together, but still punchy, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then later on in the triple threat with Chris Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow, he let his hair go a little bit longer, adapted a goatee and beard, and got into some pretty good shape.
Yeah. It's almost reminiscent now of Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways, so all we have now,
An 18-month grudge match between the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal Sabu and Beat Me If You Can, Survive If I Let You. Cash.
Yeah. Those two fucking put on great matches.
Oh, absolutely.
I watched one match, and that was one of the few ECW matches I watched back then in high school. And those two took it to the limit, but they were outside throwing the whole fucking time.
Oh, they went all out.
You know, that was cool, you know, and I think the shit that Sabu did, I'm surprised he's not dead.
Yeah, really.
I mean, Taz, I can say that he's a terrible commentator. Like, I don't like his commentating whatsoever, but holy shit can the guy wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the suplex machine.
Yeah.
He's the real suplex city machine.
Oh, yeah, he was Suplex City long before Brock Lesnar ever was.
Hell yeah.
Or even Kurt Angle, for that matter.
When you watch him in Eastern Championship Wrestling,
Right.
and he had, like, well, he was the Tasmaniac.
Tasmaniac, yeah.
He had the fucking face paint.
Yeah.
And the whole brown leopard skin, whatever. You know.
Toga, if you
Yeah.
will, or whatever.
And then it became Taz.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wish that he would have did a lot more in his later years, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
Yeah.
this was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
And
And one thing that was mentioned is, like, for two guys to build up to a match at a pay-per-view and not have any physical contact with each other for like 18 months, that says something.
oh, yeah. And that's what I talked about a while ago in one of our videos, I think. Wrestlers, to make it interesting, did not touch until the event.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's much more better when it doesn't happen. And
Yeah.
then that makes the event more interesting when
Yeah.
they do finally touch.
Yeah.
And this is also the night where Bill Alfonso Daddy turned on Taz and joined Sabu and Rob Van Dam.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a really good match.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we now go to a three-way dance for number one contender to the ECW champion, Raven. We got Terry Funk, Sandman, and Stevie Richards.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. The only thing I remember is early Sandman flipping the fucking ladder,
Yeah, really.
trying to hit a move, and yeah, the ladder falls,
Yeah,
almost hits the crowd.
goes to do like a catapult thing, and it bounces off the top rope over the barricade, about 3 rows back, and lucky nobody got injured, but yeah. That's kind of why you want to be careful doing stuff like that, because you can either really hurt yourself, really hurt your opponent, or, heaven forbid, hurt somebody watching.
Yeah, and I mean, Terry Funk, a senior citizen getting busted open like that.
Yeah.
That guy was definitely the toughest guy in the business because he went through a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was this match where Sandman had barbed wire and he was wrapping it around himself. And it was either Stevie or Raven that he was beating up. I don't know if it was that match or not.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Terry Funk won this one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny to see a guy, and you know, this guy wrestled since the 70s, wrestling for Memphis,
Yeah.
you know, wrestling for WCW, WWF, you know, his brother Dory,
Yeah.
a big Texas, you know, hardcore style that he eventually made.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
And I mean, Terry Funk made himself one of the most recognizable and memorable characters in the wrestling business by just being over the top,
yes.
yelling, screaming.
Forever!
That
Yeah.
high, shrilly, shrieking voice.
My eye! You son of a bitch!
It's my eye. Let's get the doctor. Anyway.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was silly. Anyways, so the last match we have.
Terry Funk and Raven really ECW.
Wow.
And to have Raven come out and basically like hit Funk in the head with the championship and cherry stocks and all this other stuff, and Terry to be bleeding like he was, and all this other stuff at fucking 53 years old.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of looking at Ric Flair and seeing him wrestle in WWE
Yeah.
from 2001 to fucking, well, even all the way to TNA.
Yeah.
And you think, well, that's kind of stupid. But you look at Terry Funk. He did it a lot better.
Yeah.
He put himself through a lot of shit. And he really made sympathy for, you know, everybody else.
Oh yeah.
You know, there was the match with him and Mick Foley and Edge
Right. Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer. And, you know, he's fucking on the board with barbed wire sticking out of him. And he's, help me, Mick, help me. And it's like, they're not on the same team.
Yeah. Exactly.
But, you know, just kind of the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah. And of course, Terry Funk was also known for making the branding iron famous.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can remember one ECW event. I'm not sure if it was pay-per-view or a TV taping, whatever it was. And he had a match with, I can't remember who it was. And you see him go to the back. He's there for a little bit. Comes in with the branding iron in his hand, lit on fire, going into the ring and wanting to brand whoever the hell it was. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. The guy was intense.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You don't see that too much anymore. Well, I mean, in WWE, especially, but I mean, I'm not sure what's going to happen with AEW. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what channel it's on, if it's even going right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Terry Funk won.
Yeah.
Became the new champion, and yeah. So this was a good show.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you've seen Beyond the Mat 99, and I've seen it,
Yes.
it shows the beginning of the show where Paul Heyman is giving a speech to all the wrestlers, and it's intense too. Like Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this was a good show, and I wish that ECW was still relevant.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the fact that WWE butchered it.
Yeah.
You know, made it its own brand. I think, like I've said many times, have WCW. Make a WCW thing.
Yeah.
Take Nitro and Thunder and make it your own. But nope, we have to use ECW.
Right.
And it's called WWECW for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer authentic. Yeah, okay, you got guys like CM Punk and Shannon Moore and John Morrison and all those other guys.
Yeah.
But you really fucked it all up because ECW was a brand. It was a fucking brand. It looked like nothing you've ever seen before. And fuck you, Vince, for taking that and turning it into a pile of shit. And Paul Heyman had to fucking leave.
Yeah.
Sick and tired of the company. Oh, yeah. Because you really were a genius, Vince. So, yeah, Paul Heyman came back, made amends. Whatever, let it die a death.
Yeah.
So you had at least 2 one-night stands.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why the fuck you called it one-night stand if you're gonna bring it back. Like fucking Rock and Cena. But holy shit, that was just the worst.
Well, what a way to end a video.
So, yeah, I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah.
Like there's really no event.
Yeah. There's no event coming up until March and Fastlane.
Oh, well, why don't we do another ECW pay-per-view then?
Okay.
Since we've already done... Well, we've done Bash at the Beach 96 twice.
Yeah.
We've done Havoc 98.
Yeah.
So let's do another ECW pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it. And... Yeah. Well, it'll be a surprise anyways.
Yeah.
But anyways, so for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And we will talk to you later.